Hi, and welcome on to the All Guns Blazing podcast. DT's in the building with myself.
How you doing?
How you feeling? You good?
I'm good. Can I say something before we start today?
What?
I know you're looking at me like, what's he up to
What now?
No.
What have you done?
All Guns Blazing. Nominated for the the awards.
FBAs.
The FBAs. Yeah. All Guns Blazing. So it's kind of like, a couple of years of a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And
how long have we been doing it?
Couple of
years.
Seasons. Couple of seasons. Yeah, I'm due a pay rise.
119 podcasts.
119.
You serious? 119 podcasts we've done.
Wow, how have I put up with you for 119
How
episodes?
are you still on it?
How am I still on
How
it?
are you still on it? I ain't said, yo, get rid of him. Man.
No, but I'm...
You know me. Normally after about 5 things, I'm like, he's got to go.
Yeah,
man.
he's got to go. He's got to go. But no, I'm proud of that, man, because it shows the hard work we put in. We're in the finals. And that's a good thing. And, you know...
and you know what? We didn't even push the nomination.
No, I know.
I'm going to push it now. Vote for us now.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to put the link in the description. Vote for the All Guns Blazing podcast.
Yeah.
Vote for it now.
That's all you have to do. Literally just go to the segments. Once you click on the link, go to the best podcast, click All Guns Blazing.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
And that is it.
Wait a minute.
What?
But I thought you deserted the ship anyway.
What do you mean I
see you last week.
Oh,
with your friends,
right, wait a minute.
Geordie
Wait a minute.
that,
Wait. Can I just do one thing before that?
See,
also, wait. I've also been nominated for my own category, so I'm going to plug myself here.
What category are you in?
Best vlogger. Oh, yeah, man's got that in there as well, yeah. So the same thing, when you click that link, go and find the best vlogger, Mr. DT, let me win. And if I don't win, it's minor. If I do win, then I'll win more trophies than Spurs. Let's carry on.
Yeah, I saw you on that. I saw you on the Geordie's thing last week.
Yeah, last week. That was good.
That's my friend. That's my friend.
Lawrence.
He
misses you, man. He misses you. He's pining after you, man. He loves you, man. It's a love-hate relationship. I think that you
I
both
don't hate
love...
nobody, man. I keep telling you. You know, I don't hate people,
it is what it is. It was a really good show. It was all right. It was watching the Liverpool Spurs game. Which I found quite entertaining, especially with the goal that went in at the end.
When that Sissoko was through, though, I was like...
I know.
I said to myself,
like,
oh my God, man. I go, these men are going to go there and win.
Yeah.
Because I have to admit, the second half, Spurs, they deserved it. They played good.
They did play better.
I was like, oh my God.
And then they just went Spursy.
And
just fell apart. And it was just laughable seeing that. And, you know.
So you want to come back over here now? That you're going over there.
Am I not allowed to do other things?
Now you want to come back over here.
Am I exclusive to like Robbie Enterprises? Is this what it is now?
Oh, so you have switched sides.
Hold on a minute. Wait there a minute. Hold on a minute. Is this not the guy that does podcasts with Channel 4 as well? Oh!
No, but you're going...
Oh, wait a minute. You've just been caught there. Hold on.
You was going to be on that, weren't you?
Yeah, but you didn't invite me.
Yes, I did, but you just couldn't make that week.
I was getting my nails done.
Anyway, listen, I got nothing. Geordie's in all fairness, his podcast, he's very, very good.
Yeah, he's very good at what he does.
He's very skilled, that guy.
Yeah, very good. And you know what? The setup there is really good. They do everything right, and it was a really good show.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. It was a really good day.
Yeah, I saw some of it. It's good.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was all right. It was
a
good show.
Good. So, anyway, it's time to get into our podcast.
Yeah.
And of course, we're talking about Arsenal this week. And by the way, you booked you got your tickets yet sorted out for Napoli.
Yes.
After seeing some of the shenanigans that's been going on, you know what a guy said to me the other day, goes, Robbie, are you seriously going to Napoli?
Yeah.
Have you not seen what's been going on in Italy recently with the racism stuff and things like that? That's the first time someone sort of said that to me for a very long time in football. And it is something as a black fan I have to think about. Yeah. You know what I mean? Going over to Napoli, you know, I heard some rumours about over there and racism and stuff like that. And then when I see what happened the other day, you know, with Moise Kean, him scoring a goal, and then his own teammates turning around to him, Bonucci, and saying to him, well, you know what, actually, it's partly your fault for celebrating in front of the racist crowd. I mean, what kind of thing's that?
You can't say that, man. You can't. It's not... He would have been well within his rights to walk off the pitch and turn around and say, sod all of you. I'm going. I don't need to put up with monkey chants and all that kind of stuff. No. The one thing you need is your teammates to back you. You know, when Ronaldo was being accused of rape in recent months, Juventus are all coming out and supporting him. And even though this was happened before there was anything to do with Juve,
and even though they don't even know the full details, of
all
what's
come
going
out
on.
and support Ronaldo. Yes, Ronaldo. Yes. This is a young lad, one of the big prospects in Italy. He's a really, really top young lad. And you're sitting there saying, well, it's a bit 50-50. What? How is it 50-50? Honestly. Do you know what I mean? That's like moving in next door to the KKK and then going, well, you shouldn't have picked that out, should you? Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You can't. You've got to be supporting the boy. You should have turned around and you should have been celebrating with him. Do you know what I mean? It's just...
I'm personally getting really fed up with all this stuff now.
It's getting, it's just getting heightened. It seems to just
I'm getting,
have reared its ugly head.
Obviously you saw the players come out, like Sterling and all those guys coming out and just like really showing their disgust about the whole thing. But I'm getting really, I'm the most fed up with the authorities.
Yeah.
All right, players can walk off the pitch. The manager can tell his team to come off. What are the authorities doing about it? Because the authorities, for me, can kill this dead very quickly. Yeah. They can clean it up very quickly if they grow some balls. And they haven't. None of them. Whether it be FIFA, whether it be UEFA, whether it be the FA, whether it be the Premier League, where is the leadership on these things? Why is it always left to others, why are managers having to talk about, I might have to take my players off the pitch? That shouldn't even be definitely. They can deal with it from the top. Yeah. Get serious with it. Do you remember years and years ago when they banned all English clubs? Yeah. From Europe? Yeah. You remember what it used to be like. Yeah. Every time English club went to Europe, it was chaos.
I know it was a different scenario because obviously it followed the Heysel disaster with Liverpool.
But what I'm saying is it led up. But the conclusion was Heysel. Yeah. What happened was, for people who are not old enough to remember, right? Basically, every time English clubs used to go to Europe, whether it be the national team, whether it be our teams, representing our leagues, every time we went to Europe, it was chaos. Yeah. We smashed the place up. We beat people up. We basically, the English fans were known. They were the worst. Hooligans. They were the biggest hooligans. That's how everybody else around Europe turned into hooligans, because they all started copying us. Let's have it right.
That's where the culture comes from.
That's where it comes from. It comes from here, right? Yeah. And it culminated in the Heysel disaster where Liverpool played Juventus. Juventus fans got killed when the wall collapsed after a fight. A wall collapsed on. And basically, I think it would be UEFA, wouldn't it? European. Yeah. They just said, you know what? English clubs, we've had enough of you. Banned. We've had enough. Yeah. You are banned from European football. And was it 3 years banned?
Arsenal's team that won the league at Anfield in '89 suffered because we couldn't go into Europe.
We couldn't go into Europe.
We couldn't go into what was then the
European Cup. European Cup. We couldn't compete in it. Yeah. We suffered directly. What happened after that was the English clubs got themselves in order. Yeah. Because they're like, you imagine now, all the top clubs in England, the FA, the big clubs like you just named it, Arsenal, they're missing out. Man United are missing out. Chelsea are missing out. Well, not Chelsea, because in them days they never got nowhere near them things. But you know what I mean, though. I had to throw a bit of joke in there. But all the big clubs are missing out. Yeah. So then when they're missing out now, those big clubs are going to be like, we're losing so much money here and so much kudos here, and we can't attract.
To do with us.
Right now, we're coming. If you come with your racist thing, you're gone. And then subsequently, the club started coming down hard on anybody who came with it. And in this country, we haven't cleaned it up. We've still got work to do, but we are far ahead of a lot of places in Europe with the initiatives that have been put in, because a lot of it to do with that. Now, it can be the same. In Montenegro the other day, where they're making monkey noises and that, you just say, the authorities just come and say, yo, you know what? Here's your warning. If that happens again, maybe, I don't know, you might get, say, 3 strikes or something. That happens again, and you don't...
And they kick them out of the European competition.
Here's your warning, sort it out. It happens again, right, next you've got here, mega fine, behind closed doors and that. Next time, you're gone. When they do it again, you're out of Europe. You're out of European competitions. You don't deserve to be in it. This is a competition where it's all inclusive. You guys are not inclusive. We've given you a chance to sort things out. You haven't. Off you go. Come back and see us when you sorted things out. But for right now, you're banned from all European competitions. If you do that in the Champions League, you turn around to your Romas and Lazios, or these teams who want to do Calgary. I know Calgary ain't in it, but these teams who are, always with these problems, you say, listen, the same thing. 3 strikes, you're out. Don't clean it up. Because Calgary, that's them. They've done it. That's been about 4 times that's happened there.
First, is it?
You're out of the league. You're out of Serie A. You're out of all leagues, all competitions, and you will not come back into you.
Yeah.
See how quick they'll clean it up.
Yeah, harshest form of punishment.
All this thing where they say, they're trying to, but ultras are running the club or this and that. They'll get rid of the ultras. They'll have to turn around to them and say, listen, we're going to have no club here because of a group of you lot.
A lot of them too scared.
But they won't be if that comes down. They'll be like, listen, the alternative is we keep you guys here and you keep here, stay here with your hooliganism, or we've got no club, or we're going to go bankrupt because we can't play in any competition. We won't be in Serie A. We won't be in the Champions League. You'd see how quick.
It's mad, isn't it?
Over in this country, teams like, I'm sorry, a club like Millwall that's offended many times, even Chelsea, right? Clean your act up or you're gone. Chelsea, if you don't sort it out, you've been offended a few times now. Well, I don't know if Chelsea's ones have been of that level, to be honest. But Millwall, then, we say Millwall, you've offended a few times there, right? Next time, you're out of it. You're out of the, we're going to drop you down into the conference. See how quick.
Yeah.
Serious action. And that has to come from right at the top. I want to hear from these guys in the Premier League. I don't want to hear from Raheem Sterling. Right? Raheem Sterling, respect to him, he's spoken out. But Raheem Sterling's a player who can speak out and give his opinion, and I respect him so much for what he's done. That guy has gone so high up in my esteem. But he ain't the guy that's going to change it. Those guys sitting up there in the Premier League or sitting up there in the FA, they're the ones that can make decisions if they grow some balls that changes it. Yeah. But they don't want to.
They don't.
It seems to me like they don't. Maybe they feel like Bonucci, but they just don't come out and say it. Like, well, why are you celebrating? Why are you lot? You brought it on yourself. Maybe some of them little old guys, they feel the same way. That's what I'm starting to think. Because how can it keep happening? They don't do nothing about it.
That's the thing. They won't ever do nothing about it because it's not just happened once or twice. It's happening over and over. And like I said to you, it seems to have reared its ugly head recently. And it seems to be wherever you go, the black players are being targeted and some of the abuse is just foul.
And if it's like that on the pitch, what's it going to be like off the pitch where, like, say, somebody like me as a black fan, when I go to Napoli, and listen, I'm not for any minute saying casting things on Napoli because I haven't even been there yet to see what the situation is going to be like, right? But I'm just like, if I should be able to go to a Europa League game and enjoy myself. It should be it's a celebration of all the top clubs in Europe. Yeah. Same in the Champions League. You should be able to go to a Champions League game and enjoy yourself. The only time you should fall into any problems is if you've caused that. Yeah. Sometimes, fans can go and be a bit disrespectful to the locals, get drunk. That's different. But if you go there and all I'm going to do is to watch my team play, why should I be worried?
What I will say is,
and if I'm going to, if there are places that you go that constantly you are super worried, just because of the colour of your skin, then that team should not be in the competition.
I hear what you're saying.
End of. That's my view on it.
There's a lot of Arsenal fans not actually going out to the game, more to do with the violence. They're worried. And like you said, you shouldn't feel like that. You shouldn't be able to go there because
it comes into the violence thing comes into the same category.
But then on the flip side as well, we could just be reading it, and we know that it happens. We know that there's been violence, and we know they've got some serious firm and everything else. We're not naive enough to not know that, but maybe it's one of those cases like when we went to places like Red Star, for example, where we were told, "Wow, don't go there, bruv." It was like people were telling you that you're going to walk down the road and you're going to get bricks in your head because you're black and this, that, and the other. And I was even debating walking with you. It was like that bad. It was like, my God. I was like, I'm just going to go. I'm going to go over that side, man, just out of the way. So it's like, Jesus
Thank you
Christ.
very much, mate.
It's like, hey,
see that?
hey, white lives matter, man. You know what I mean? Wakanda forever. It's like, no, listen. But we banter. We can have a laugh about it, but it's just like little things like that. Do you know what I mean? But when we went there, if you remember, we went there. We came off the coach. And we went and went to get something to eat in that little restaurant, and it was in the middle of a cobble street and everything. And we was just sitting there chilling. Yeah, like, Tao was there, you know.
And listen, as I said, I don't want to prejudge Napoli, right? And I don't want to prejudge Napoli at all. And I mean, Liverpool went to Napoli, and as far as I understand, there was no problems.
Yeah, know the prime example with you as well, Russia.
Russia, yeah.
Prime
Before I went to Russia, everybody said to me, "Don't go Russia. You're going to get racially abused." I have to say it was fantastic in Russia. And I never got no racial abuse, nothing. And I hope it'd be the same in Napoli. But I'm just saying that at the moment, the problem is that with the Italian clubs, it's starting to get a bit of a reputation. Yeah. A lot of the racism stuff that seems to be happening, it seems to be happening over there.
Like I said, hopefully we can come back from Napoli. We can do the podcast after and we can sit there and go, wow.
I want to come back.
Beautiful city.
I want to come back and say, what a beautiful city. I want to go back.
Yeah.
That was how I felt when the first time I went to Russia. Remember, that was before the World Cup. Yeah. We played CSKA in Moscow. And after my trip there, that convinced me I'm going to the World Cup. I'm like, yeah, I've been to Moscow. I found it a fantastic city. It wasn't what people said it was going to be like. I'm definitely going back. And I really enjoyed the World Cup. And I want to be able to go to Napoli and say, wow, fantastic city. Really enjoyed it. I want to go back. Yeah. Right? I want to go back and explore it even more. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm just saying that, you know, these teams throughout Europe, and there's many of them, where they're serial offenders when it comes to either racism or hooliganism. And even if they're based over here in the UK as well, we should not be immune to it as well. Yeah. The authorities need to say to them, yeah, if you can't be here in the spirit of the competition, you are not welcome. You're not welcome in this competition. And then you ban them. And I'm telling you, you will see the changes made. Because once you start losing that revenue,
yeah, of course.
and you start losing that kudos, and nobody wants to come and play for you because, you know what, you're banned from Europe. So I'm not coming to play for you. That team will get their act together.
The one thing I will say with racism in English football is that I think of an example straight away was the banana that was thrown at Aubameyang by the Spurs fan. And fair play to all the Spurs fans because they condemned him immediately. Helped to try and flush out who it was. Not one of us. Don't want nothing to do with him. Ban him. Get rid of him. And then there was a recent one where one of their own fans was doing YouTube videos and stuff and become a bit of a character, winding up Arsenal fans. He was, and then a video emerged of him from before his video started to get a little bit popular, where he was sitting in the stadium at Wembley and there was a Chinese fan behind him. And he was filming this guy and mocking his accent and doing that whole DVD thing and all the rest of it. And he was calling him Son, their player Son. He was like saying that Son, why are you not sitting on the bench today? Blah, 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 blah. It spread like wildfire. Tottenham fans condemned it. Everyone spread it. And then there was a video from a couple of days later where they were playing a home game and this guy was filmed walking away from Wembley because he'd been turned away and he's had his season ticket taken off him.
Well,
so
you know, man, that's what I'm saying.
That side of things, action, I do feel that there's...
And when that action comes, when the authorities, as I said, the main authorities, I'm not talking about the football clubs here because they will act on leadership. I want to see some leadership from the Premier League, from the FA, you know, not just a statement. Yeah. Leadership. I want to see action. Yeah. That's when we'll start to change it. Until then, we'll get more and more of this. But
round in circles.
Football. Every time we're doing a show recently, we sort of... it is part of... That's an important subject, and it is to, you know, we are going over to Italy soon. So, but before we get there, the Premier League at the moment, the battle for the top four, wow.
It's mad.
It is mad. It is so hot at the moment. I
think the battle for the top four is better than the title race.
Well, they're both great, isn't
They
it?
are
Both,
good. When you look
know,
at the games at the weekend, the
Sky
way
must be loving it right now. I mean, what is so exciting.
Yeah.
Let me just remind you of the top 6. I'll go to the top 6. So you got Man City on 80 points, Liverpool on 79. It's between them two to win the league, right? 1 point in it. But let's just focus on what we're involved in, which is the top battle for the top 4, which basically there's 2 remaining places for that top 4 and 4 teams battling it out. Tottenham currently sit in 3rd on 64 points, but they played 32 games.
Yeah, that's right.
We're 1 point behind them on 63, played 31 games. Chelsea, same amount of points as us, played 32 games, but they got a worse goal difference. And Manchester United, he's laughing. Man United, 32 games, bad defeat for them the other day against Wolves.
Bad defeat.
61 points, but it just goes to show 1 defeat. They were in 4th.
I know, and now they're sixth.
Now the pressure's on
They
them.
were going into that game against Wolves with a chance of going 3rd.
Yeah.
And now they're 6th.
Now we've got a game in hand over all of those now because they've all played their game early. It's this weekend against Everton.
Yeah.
If we win that game, we go 66 points, right? Which will take us above Spurs back into 3rd place.
Yeah.
That would take us 3 points above Chelsea and a significant, I think, 5 points
Of Man United.
above Manchester United.
Yeah.
It's such a huge game for us.
Huge. Huge.
But
Huge.
the away form,
I know.
the fact that away from home we haven't been playing well, for a lot of the season, and
let's look at our last away game.
Everton have hit form.
Yeah, let's look at our last away game in the Premier League. It was Spurs. And we should have won that game, and we played really well. So let's go by your most recent performance, and let's go in there with full of confidence. I don't see why we can't go in there full of confidence. We're playing well at the minute.
It's such a significant game.
It is, because no one else is playing. This is our game in hand.
And then the thing is, right, if I look on the next 2 away games,
crucial,
and I honestly think to myself, right, if we won, it's tall order, but not impossible. If we won those next 2 games against Everton and then Watford again on a Monday night the following week, I think
we can do it.
I'm super duper confident we get top 4.
Super duper. I'm
super.
2 games. It was like
huge games, man. Huge.
I know. I know a
lot of people talk about that. We've still got to go to Wolves away, which we saw with the Man United game.
Yeah,
that will be tough. Although you watched that Man United game, I don't know if you saw the game.
The first 20 minutes, they should have been out of sight.
They should have been out of sight. They were this is why you got to take your chances, isn't it?
Yeah, they were out
and
of
then
sight.
even the goals that they conceded, they were all self-inflicted, weren't it?
Man.
I mean, they were
and then Ashley Young getting 2 stupid yellow cards in quick succession.
So
Mike Dean, that was his 100th red card in the Premier League. Historic moment for our friend Mike Dean.
But it's so close.
Yeah. And do you know what? No teams are going to give an inch. Like you were saying, you were speaking with Troy out in Dubai, and I spoke to him this week. And I said to him, look, good luck with the semi-final on Sunday and everything else. And I was like, hopefully you win, because your mind will be taken away for the Arsenal game sort of thing. You'll still be celebrating and whatnot. And he told me to piss off and that they're playing for 7th. So, typical kind of response that I was expecting.
He said to me, he goes, Robbie, you know what it's like, man. I always love stuff in Arsenal.
He loves it.
There you go.
He loves it.
So
it's going to be a big game.
No one's going to, and like you said, they've got something to play for on Watford in the,
they're going for that 7th place because it could be a European place.
Could be a European place.
Do you know what I mean? That's massive.
And it's quite significant for Watford to be, get those amount of points.
That'd be massive for them.
Yeah. So, and then Everton are going for that 7th place as well.
Yeah.
And Everton are on a good run.
Leicester are in there now.
And we've got to play them. We've got to go there. We've got to play Wolves. Yeah. All those away games are not away games that you look on and say, come on, Arsenal. It's not Fulham away, is it? It's not one of them teams.
Yeah, or Huddersfield.
But we did beat Everton away last season.
5-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who stepped up to the plate that day?
Was it Aubameyang that day, wasn't it?
No, he wasn't even playing for us then.
What? When we beat them 5-2 last year, that wasn't the Iwobi one. That was the season before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Come on now.
Last year's 5-2.
Come on. I just don't think you understand.
Ozil.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. I do remember the
There
game
we
now.
go.
Hey, actually, you know what? He played brilliantly in that game.
Yeah.
He did play brilliant. We need
Whoa.
We need that this week.
Hold on. You've made me think. Can I just rewind for a second here? I want to have a little say on Troops and Ty. How dare you give Mesut Ozil 7 for his performance against Newcastle? Are you mad? You gave him the same rating as Iwobi. There was a reason why Iwobi was taken off
Yeah,
after
Iwobi
60
didn't have
minutes.
a great game.
And you're giving Ozil a 7 as well.
I think Ozil
The
was
man
a
of the
7.
match.
The what?
Sky gave him man of the match. He was instrumental in that game. Him and Aaron Ramsey were the two best players.
I thought Ramsey was the man of the match for me.
I gave Ramsey man of the match.
I thought Ramsey was the
in
man
my
of the
player
match.
ratings.
Ramsey or Lacazette? I thought Lacazette as well.
Lacazette as well. I gave Lacazette and Ozil an 8, and I gave Ramsey a 9. Mesut Ozil was instrumental, and he worked his arse
he
off.
worked hard, man. He worked hard. He had a good
7.
game.
Sorry, I know that.
7, 8. I think 7 or 8.
No, 8 minimum. So Troops, Ty, sort it out because I'll come and do the player ratings.
Well, all right, so
Sorry.
I was. What do you think? They gave Guendouzi as well. They marked him very low. I thought he had a good game.
I gave him in my player ratings. I think I gave him an 8.
Yeah, that's what I've said.
I thought that
they were like he kept losing the ball.
There was a few times that he lost the ball, and I still feel there's moments like in that game where
caught on the ball, didn't lose it.
Yeah, we
got caught, but bought the foul.
We miss Xhaka. We really do in that
There we go. He's a good stay.
Come on now, the way because the thing is
we do miss Xhaka. We do miss
the way he just releases it quick and gets it going, and he's that build-up part.
He's strong as well.
We also miss Torreira. You got to remember he's been suspended. It feels like an eternity because of the gap and everything. But yeah, consider he's 19 years old, man. He put.
I thought he played well.
I felt he put a mature performance
he
in.
played well.
And you know,
I thought
there was a couple of little bits.
I'd
in
say
there.
Ozil was an 8 actually. Ozil at 8. I was going to say Guendouzi was a 7 or 8 as well. I thought he played well.
Good. We'll rectify that video. All sorted.
But yeah, no, Ozil, the one thing I've noticed with Ozil recently is he is working his socks off.
Working
And
his arse
that
off.
is Unai Emery.
Exactly.
Because
got
Unai
it
Emery
right.
basically said to him, if you don't work your socks off, you ain't playing.
Exactly.
And it's got through to him.
And Mesut Ozil obviously sat there and said, what do I want to do? Collect my check or play football? I want to play football.
But
And
Aaron
he's
Ramsey,
showing.
to me,
He was
I hope he's
excellent.
fit for the weekend. I think they said it was just
It was
a bit
cramp.
of cramp.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be important
Yeah.
in that game against Everton.
Yeah,
I
it
think
will be.
away from home, I'd like to see hopefully Xhaka come back in with Ramsey playing next to him,
Yeah.
like what they did against
I
Tottenham.
know Xhaka was training privately today,
Hmm.
doing some private work stretches and other bits and pieces, trying to get himself back ready for the weekend. But whether that's too soon or not, I'm not sure.
Because Torreira's still out, isn't he?
Yes, last game.
You've got one more game
Yeah,
left.
last game. What's good is the fact that obviously Torreira comes back for Napoli. And maybe Emery's looking at it and saying, let's get Xhaka and
Was
Torreira.
Koscielny training?
Yes, he should be back as well.
Because I'm not going to be funny, man. Mustafi the other day.
No, do you know what? Actually, wait. I say
No,
that.
wait,
wait.
as you would say,
no.
no.
Right, there was a couple of moments, right, where I felt
What, when he
done
beat
okay.
about 4 players?
Right, he turned from Ronaldinho to Mustafi so quickly. Right,
He beat about 4 players. Everyone's like, wow. Got to the byline and he hit the ball out. The ball nearly landed at Highbury.
Mate, he was trying to score the first ever goal at Spurs' new stadium. That was shocking. What the heck? Even Aubameyang wound him up the other day. He put a picture of a ball on the moon and was like, I'm still trying to find your ball, bro. And it was just like,
He was
wow.
having one. To be fair, he was just having one of those nightmare games. Every time he passed it straight to a Newcastle player.
But I also felt he intercepted well on the night. When he nipped in front of Rondon and was doing that side of his game. I felt he did that part of his
But
game
I'd like
right.
to see Koscielny back.
Of
If
course.
Koscielny can come back in for that game alongside Socrates, because I've been watching a few of the Everton games recently. They've been playing well. They've got that guy Bernard out on the wing, the Brazilian. We were linked with him a few years ago. He's looking very tricky.
Yeah.
You know,
and you've always got to keep an eye on Sigurdsson.
yeah, Sigurdsson. That guy in midfield for them as well, Gomez, looks a good player, man.
Yes.
Sprays it around, strong. You know, if we don't get on top of a guy like him, I really do think though with Everton that we've got to press them.
Yeah.
The other day, West Ham. I mean, I've never seen a team so much on the beach in my life. They didn't press them at all. They gave them all the time in the world.
Yeah.
They made Everton look brilliant. But I feel you do have to press Everton into errors.
Yeah.
You know, but
And it can be
you know,
done.
they've got a good team. They've got that Calvert-Lewin. They'll play him up front, probably on his own. They'll rely on the pace off of the wings. It'll be a difficult game.
Yeah, it will be.
A difficult
It will
game.
be
They
a tough
found a
game.
bit of form, you know. But again, even when they beat Chelsea, it's a very similar game to the game the other night with Manchester United. In that the first half, Chelsea were all over Everton.
Yeah, I remember that. Chelsea
Didn't
should have
take
won
their
that game.
chances.
Yeah.
They didn't take their chances.
Yeah.
Second half, come out, Everton were a different team. And
Yeah.
if we get the chances, we got to score them.
And we're lucky with the 2 strikers we got.
I think maybe we should start both.
I think we will with this one. I do. I felt Emery, I was a little sceptical at the team lineup when I first saw it. But then I took a step back and just kind of looked at it and thought, what's coming up? We've got tough away game, home game against Napoli, tough away game at Watford. 3 days later, tough away game in Napoli. And I'm looking at it and saying the one game you would pick out of the 5 would be the home one against Newcastle.
Do you know, I don't even think he looked on it like that. I actually think he looked on that game and said, right, you know what? I know what Newcastle are going to do. They're going to come one man up front, Rondon, and they're going to try and get a bit of width and attack it there,
counter.
right? And I reckon he looked on it and said, right, Lacazette up front, Ramsey, I've got enough firepower starting there to score goals. If for any reason they're blocking us off and we're getting a really frustrating time, then I can send for Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan and guys like that. So I think he just sort of was just like, almost like I'm keeping a bit of firepower back in reserve in case I need it. Because you know them games sometimes when them teams really frustrate you.
Yeah.
And if you've got all your
Big guns
on the pitch and you've got nothing to change it up with, then that's when sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think it was actually a very smart move by him. He's a very smart manager who, as we keep saying, is going right under the radar.
I said it to you the other day, and you know, in my interview after the game, and I was quite disappointed that no more people actually picked up on it. People wanted to speak more about the fact that I mentioned maybe Spurs playing the Europa League in their new stadium or something, but that was it. It was just a tongue-in-cheek comment, but I was genuine with what I said. I want people to start showing Unai Emery more respect. The media, some Arsenal fans. The man's done an unbelievable job.
Mind you, still got a way to go till the end of the season. Yeah.
I know there's still a way to go to the end. Can I just say as well, at the end of the season, we need to get Claude a woman. Seriously. He's so miserable. I love Claude, man. But come on, we need to get him a woman, man. He'll moan about anything, wouldn't he? I love you, Claude, but we're going to get you a woman at the end of the season, man. We're going to sort you out. So pre-season, you're going to be hooked up and you're going to come back next season fresh and ready. Man's going to be trim, have his hair done. Boom.
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Oh, mate, it's like we got...
You know I'm saying that.
What?
Don't you remember the other day we was over in Dubai? The woman from Azerbaijan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Most craziest people. And it was just like...
That woman...
Dear God.
Actually, we're not going to go into her.
Yeah, that was just like standing there trying to get in a taxi and the most random woman come over. And it was just like, hi. It was like, go away. What would you want? And then she seemed to latch onto you like she knew you had money. And it was just like, we were like, bye, Robbie. See you later, Robbie. Yeah.
She wanted my money. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, wow. Yeah, but...
Put it this way, she was not offering anything for free.
Yeah. Oh, we were just like, me and Troops and that were like, yeah, bye-bye, see you later. Let's get in this taxi, go to the restaurant.
And when I told her, bye-bye, see you later, she said, you asshole.
Yeah, she went, you asshole. She called you an asshole.
all right.
Brilliant. But yeah, no, I'll tell you something, I'd love to go back there as well in May. And it's Azerbaijan, that's the big one, isn't it? But
that'd be great.
No, listen, you know what? It's like we had 7 cup finals, didn't we? 8. How many games we've got left now? 7 left, didn't we? We had 8 cup finals. We've done 1. We know that we've got tough away games. But the bonus is we haven't got anyone that's fighting for relegation. And I think they could be tougher. Teams that are fighting for their dear life. And I know that Wolves and Watford and Everton, teams like that, they want to try and get in Europe. They want to try and achieve something still, but I just feel that it might be a little bit easier because
we also got none of the teams basically that are fighting. We haven't got to play Liverpool. We haven't got to play, City, and we haven't got to play none of our
Yeah,
rivals for that
exactly.
top 4. I think that's very important.
Chelsea
because
have got to go to Manchester United. Spurs have got to go to the Etihad.
Yeah.
Still.
I'm looking at Spurs.
Man
is
United
running.
have got Man City as well.
Spurs is running. So I think last week I said I could see us getting 3rd, United 4th.
Spurs
I think I'm going to revise that.
It's quite comfortable.
I think I'm going to revise that Spurs 4th.
Because apart from the Man City away game.
Because Man City away, that's tough. But every other game, I think their next game is Huddersfield at home.
Yeah, I think they got 5 games at home.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's the flip to us.
Yeah. And then I start to look at it and say they've done a smart move in this new stadium.
I still think that's a joke.
Moving in
How
now.
they can get in there
because now, you looked on it, they got all these home games, brand new stadium, everyone's, What do you think of that stadium?
Mate, honestly, did you see the picture from outside the stadium with the fireworks going off?
Yeah.
What that reminded me of was someone sitting on a toilet taking a shit and the water splashes out. It's like, no, listen, right? It was like this big love fest on Sky yesterday, like the grand opening. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what? This thing cost £1 billion. Of course it's going to be the best in the Premier League. It's just been built. Ours was built in 2006. And you're like, oh, they got 1,000 more seats than us. Still, you had a lower attendance than we did against Newcastle on Monday on your opening game. Yeah. And then they had some woman singing, we're the greatest team the world is. What? Even I'm embarrassed about us singing that. And we're twice the size of the club Spurs are. And then they had the B-Tech version of the guy from the Go Compare adverts come out. Go Compare! It's like, who's this guy? Move! Get off, man! What a load of rubbish. A farce. Shoved the stadium up their arse, man. Couldn't give a shit. I told you last week.
You think it's going to make a difference, though?
Nah, man. Listen,
because
I see people this morning already moaning. I sat there with the biggest smile on my face because they were talking about the Paxton Road end and everything else, and they were like, there were segments that were sat down and people wanted to stand up and some wanted to sit down, and there was arguing and stewards were saying sit down. I was like, welcome to the modern stadium, lads. This is exactly what we've been dealing with at the Emirates for 13, 14 years. You've now got to a point where block 5s and 6 standing. Nobody will sit down. Blocks 9, 10, where I'm in, standing. No one's sitting. It's going to take you ages to get that sorted out.
But they got that stand, didn't they? They got that stand where it's like, in one thing I have to say to them, they've learnt from the mistakes of many other grounds where they got that one stand where it's like just...
The all-in-one. Like
all-in-one. Like, yeah. I think that's a great idea.
But at the end of the day as well, it's a brand new stadium that's £1 billion and they've got restricted view seats. Have you seen one? It's actually behind a pillar.
Is it? I didn't see that. A pillar?
Yeah.
Wow. I was with somebody yesterday. It was a YouTube conference, and he was going. He was a big Tottenham fan. And he's... Yeah.
YouTube conference. Oh, Hector was there, wasn't he?
Hector was there.
Did you say hi?
I didn't say hi, no. But he was there. I have to say, he spoke very well.
Yeah.
Very, very well.
He is a very intelligent young man.
He's a YouTuber now, isn't he?
I know. Hector, if you want some tips, get some subscribers, come see me.
I don't think he needs no tips off you. But he's a YouTuber.
I know. He's doing... No, do you know what? Actually, I say this. I've watched some of his videos recently. I'm not subscribing, but I've watched some of his videos because they're very insightful.
No, he was talking about that.
Code to recovery.
Yeah, he was talking about that. He was saying that basically he wants to... He goes, a lot of people... Well, I really like what he said with this because he said that in the past, like a lot of people just think a player gets injured and it's almost like they're on a big holiday.
Yeah.
So he said what he wanted to do with the channel was show people that,
it's not easy.
We're hurting. We're like, what we got to go through to try and get back and everything like that. And he said that he's had a great reaction from the fans and that, seeing that. I think that is a good thing. Yeah, he's done brilliant with that. Righty was there as well.
Yeah, I see Righty there. Uncle Righty.
He was brilliant as usual.
He's
when he was speaking and he was fantastic.
Makes me think of Newcastle, but Jammer outside the stadium. doing his music video. I ended up in that somehow.
Right.
I ended up in that somehow. I see you've ended up in it as well. And Troops and everybody's
I ain't seen it yet. It's out.
No, it's not out. But I've seen from
little bits of
the
it.
Instagram live, the Instagram stories and stuff that you were in it as well.
I have to say though,
it with specs and stuff.
I have to say, going with the Hector Bellerin thing.
No, that's really good.
His channel thing was good.
No,
he spoke very,
he
very
is a good
well.
speaker, and I like what he said. I do like. I watched one of his last ones where he was in pain from something that he had done, and he'd stretched and he felt this pain, and he was nearly in tears talking about it, and he was scared and he was paranoid that he's just aggravated something, done something.
Because we don't think. I think what is true is what he said is that a lot of people, they just think literally you've disappeared on holiday for a year, and it must be hell. Somebody like Danny Welbeck, it must be hell for that guy.
It's hell.
Last year of your contract. He was in the England squad.
Doesn't know what's going on.
And then in the meantime now, people are playing brilliantly. You probably never get, it's difficult to get your place right. Even Hector, he could
come back,
get fit, come back, and the manager says, well, you know what, Maitland-Niles, man.
He's playing well at the minute. You're going to have to work hard to get back.
You're going to have to... So...
It is tough.
It's
tough because
tough.
Even I see it.
He must be really worrying as a player.
I see it with Kieran, my own son. Obviously, him coming back from the broken leg.
For Arsenal.
This dickhead, seriously. But obviously, coming back from such a serious injury, the dark, those dark moments.
And he hasn't got the
luxuries,
the expertise that Hector would have with putting his chamber and this and that to speed the injury up.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And there was some dark times. I've had times where I've had to sit down with him, and he's broke his heart, man, and it's hard watching that.
And people forget it's painful as well.
Yeah, it is.
Some of these injuries, you do your ACL, you're in pain. And people don't understand, so I think he's very insightful.
I like Rob Holding's back running now. Already, because I spoke to Rob in Dubai. I said to you about it. I spoke to
Rob.
him. Yeah, it's my boy, isn't it? Rob. What? We're first
You just make me laugh,
You know what I mean? My boy Rob.
Rob.
What do you want me to call him? Robert?
Rob Holding.
No, Rob.
You don't know him. He's not your mate.
He's my boy.
Rob Holding.
I got
He's
a shirt
not your
at
boy.
home as well. He gave me a shirt at Watford last
season.
season.
He gave it to a random fan.
No, he didn't. He gave it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I specifically said to him,
he gave it to a random fan. He threw it in the crowd.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Right? He actually...
Rob Holding.
No. What actually...
yeah, that's all on Twitter. You kick some kid down.
Oh, my dear God. You're such a dickhead.
Pushed another kid out the way.
Listen.
Another kid
listen.
A girl was going for it. You tripped her over.
This never happened, right? Before anyone spreads any of these stories, right? No. It was the old blue kit from last season. It was Watford away. And he was training after the game because I think he came on right at the end, or he didn't play or something, but he came on to do the warm-up after the game had finished, where they do the warm down, and he was with Theo and Jack Wilshere, and it was Jack that noticed me first, and I went to speak to him, and all the fans had left, and the steward was like, right, you got to go now, and Jack was like, no, I'm talking to him, and I was with my youngest boy, my second youngest son, and we was just chatting, and then Rob come over and that, and I was like, how's things? Rob. And I was like, do you mind if I get your shirt for my boy? He was like, no worries, man. Boom. That's it. Rob. Brothers. You know what I mean?
Rob Holding.
Rob Bumba
Clark.
Don't know him. Rob Bumba Clark Holding. You know what I mean?
Don't know him. Rob Holding.
Rob. Because when I see him in Dubai, I went, Rob. He looked straight over.
I turned around.
No, not you. So should I call you Robbie Lyle because we're not friends?
Listen, you don't know Rob Holding.
I do know.
You don't know him.
I do.
You've seen him. He acknowledged you once.
Stop hating.
I'm not hating. You don't know him.
Stop hating.
Do you know him?
Why did you call Hector?
Hector Bellerin, I said.
You said Hector.
I started by saying Hector Bellerin.
But then you was calling him Hector. He's my boy as well.
He's not. He definitely ain't your boy. I'll tell you that. He definitely ain't your boy.
We got a mutual friend.
He definitely. Who's that?
I'm not saying his name on here. But the funniest thing is next year he's getting married. And I said to him, it's not in this country, but I said, just make sure me and Hector get the same table at the end. And he was like, don't even go there. But no, do you know what? No, there's nothing wrong with calling it Rob.
How far? I'm not sure how far Bellerin's from coming back. He's still got a way to go, hasn't
he? Hector's got a little while yet.
Hector.
He's got a little while yet. I don't think he'll be fit for next season, the start.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I think it's a bad one.
He has been a miss though.
That's like up to 9 months.
Again, I felt sorry for him, man, because he was playing well.
He was
I had a tough time last season. He didn't play well, but this season we were seeing the original Hector Bellerin.
Yeah.
He was playing really well, and then just get again injury out for the season.
But this is why I say
Rob
about
Holding,
Unai Emery.
Season of his life,
Yeah.
out for the rest
This
of
is
the
what
season.
I say about Unai Emery.
Welbeck, season of his life,
Yeah.
out. It's so
And
hard,
every
man.
single one of them were the most innocuous tackles.
Yeah, do you remember Bellerin's one was like a nothing.
I know,
Holding.
just sort of turned, but his
Yeah.
knee stayed in place. Rob Holding was with Rashford on the halfway line.
Welbeck went to
Welbeck went to jump, and as he landed,
Yeah.
the player landed on his ankle. So it was just freak accidents. And like I said,
Well, I
with
think-
what Unai's done, man,
I think if
he's
we
had to
can-
deal with that.
I think we stay injury free from now till the end of the season. I think we're getting that top 4.
We could
I
do.
think we've got enough. When I was looking at the bench for the first time in a very long time last week, against Newcastle, I was like, that's strength on that bench.
That's a serious bench.
And that's with a lot of players still missing.
Even the Geordie guys that we talked to, when they come out afterwards, they were just like, we're sitting there looking and going, my word, you're bringing a Aubameyang and that on. Oh, my God. It's just,
Yeah.
how'd you deal with that?
And as I said, if Koscielny can come back in, if you've got Koscielny and Socrates are at the back,
Yeah.
Maitland-Niles has been really impressing me, really growing into the position now.
Yep.
Monreal's, as we know, has been doing a great job. Kolasinac has been playing really, really well as well.
Yeah.
Xhaka has stepped up this season. Torreira, Guendouzi, when he comes in, never lets us down. You got Mkhitaryan, who's on form. Iwobi's been playing really well this season. And then, of course, Aubameyang with all his goals. And I think the player of the season so far for me, Alexander Lacazette, he's been brilliant. Another great goal the other night. And just a force. And I think these guys, if we can keep them fit from now to the end of the season, I think we'll get... And I think if we could get that top 4, it'd be a fantastic season. But still a long way to go.
Still twists and turns.
Still, because we've got to go and do stuff away from home. And it's about time we did as well. Went on a consistent run away from home where we went to teams away from home and played them like how you play them at home.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them set up the same way as they do when they come to the Emirates.
Why fear them? Why fear them?
I think we've got to go there go to Everton with no fear.
Yeah.
Go there on the front foot and play them like how we're playing them in a home game. We know they're going to have one man up front, Calvert-Lewin. They're going to be quite defensive, trying to catch us on the counter-attack. Let's take it to them. Let's go and like what we did against Spurs.
Yeah.
Let's take the game to them.
The only thing that I will say is that if Arsenal change their kit, please don't wear the mint green one. Please don't do it. I don't understand why they changed from red, to be quite honest with you. But last season we wore the black when we scored 5 there. So we could wear the second kit.
Wear whatever kit.
No, not the green one. It's shit.
Wear whatever
No,
kit.
I don't like
I think
it.
I don't think we won't wear that blue one, will we? Because they wear blue.
But they wore
obviously.
black. No, it's dark blue. It's nearly black.
Yeah, but
And we wore black last year. Do you remember we wore black
Yeah, I don't
last
think
year?
we wear that. It might be the mint one.
Oh,
Listen, man, any
we lost.
kit.
We've lost it.
We've what? No.
That's it. I hate that kit.
What kit
We've only won once in it.
There you go. We won in it.
Once. We've lost about 7. I hate.
in that
Why
kit-
can't we wear red? How does red clash with blue?
I think the red kit has got white shorts in it.
Wear the red shorts.
And Everton wear white shorts.
Wear the red shorts.
We're wearing mint, man.
Wear the red shorts.
Mint.
No, not mint. Just because you like it.
Win in any. I don't particularly like it.
Reminds you of
but
an ice cream. You're like,
win-
no, I hate it. I hate it. I hate
Forget
it.
kits. Man City, no matter what kit they wear, they win.
Yeah, that's Man City.
They got some horrible kits. They're still winning, man.
Nah, roll on Adidas next season, man. I can't wait for that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's all
So
good.
it's all on the game. We come to the end of the podcast.
And do you
It's
know
all
what?
on the
Can I
game.
just say one other thing? Because people were quite disappointed last week that we never ended the show talking about Blood Brothers and the teams. And I'm
you
not going
dead
to...
team?
No, look, see what I mean? I'm trying to talk to this guy. And he's coming out with his
No,
nonsense.
well, I'm glad you've mentioned that now.
Because,
I'm
yes,
glad you mentioned
Blood
that.
Brothers Series 2 is coming out. But before that, while we're all filming that, obviously, there's a charity event on May the 19th. I'll let you explain what it is.
It's going to be playing at Leicester's ground.
I'm going to be playing at Leicester's ground. Yeah?
Hold on. Right. So it's a Blood Brothers all-star team. Right. So
All-star.
featuring the teams, a lot of the different individuals that played in the teams throughout the series.
And you're manager.
And I'm the manager, and it's my job to select the team.
Which means whoever pays him the most.
So the team's still under consideration.
I'm already in. I know I am.
Who told you that?
Your manager, mine. And it's
No,
cool.
who told you?
Don't worry. I mean, listen. Don't worry. I'll just rock up.
Well, no, I'm serious. Who
I'll
told
just turn
you?
up. I'll just turn
Just
up.
turn up where?
And walk in the change room and take kit.
This is Leicester's football ground. It's not like you're just walking down the park. You walk in.
Have you seen how many stadiums I've sneaked into VIP and that?
Yeah,
That's
do you
nothing.
Do you remember when you said you represent yourself?
Yeah, I represent my... Yeah, but this ain't AFTV.
You remember that?
This is Blood Brothers.
No, but you
FC.
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice kit as well.
No, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I represent my
Now
fucking
I'm the
self.
manager of this team. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is different. This is different. This ain't AFTV. Let's
You
put
represent yourself,
Wait, let me just put this out.
Oh, you
on
represent
record,
yourself.
Yeah? Let's put the differences aside for 1 minute.
Oh, you want to put the differences aside
because
now?
this is for a very, very worthwhile charity, and that's why we are there.
So you want to put the differences
now,
aside?
There's 4 teams. Leicester have a old school team with the likes, I believe, of Emil Heskey may well
Yeah,
be
Emil
there.
Heskey,
and-
he's going to be playing. Yeah.
so there's players like him, and there's also
F2 got a team?
F2, they've got a team, and how the hell can I forget their name?
Is
Oh my god, how the hell can I forget their name?
not Sands.
No,
not
oh my
Sands,
god, it's my boys' team. Oh my days, how can I forget?
SC Dons.
SC Dons, yes,
Very
sorry.
good team. Very good team.
Yes, Straps and all them.
You're dissing them as well.
No, I haven't.
So how do you know their name straight away to say
I
their
said,
name?
oh my god, I can't believe it. Listen, Straps, don't try and call it. Listen, bruv, don't listen to him, yeah? He's a manipulator.
Listen,
all right? But
who said you're playing?
It'd be a really good game. It's for a worthwhile cause.
But how do
so
you know?
There will be links and everything for you to get yourself down there to come and watch the game. We'll be at the King Power Stadium. You'll be able to see me flying down the wing like Damari Gray. You'll be able to see me cut inside and pull it in the top corner like Jamie Vardy. And yeah, everything's all good. So, don't worry about what he's got to say. Just ignore him. I'm the boss. He hasn't got a choice. I'm playing. I'm number 10 as well. Mesut Ozil. Boom. Or I'll be number 14, Terry Henry, English version of Thierry. And what? You can just stand on the touchline like...
So you're playing?
I am. I'm playing. I'll make the substitution myself. Do you ever remember? Right, I'm going to tell him something.
I represent myself.
I represent my fucking self. Right, there was a game years and years ago. Everton. Joe Royle was the manager. Do you remember Amakochi, the Nigerian player? It was an FA Cup game. Joe Royle wasn't bringing him on. Turned his back for 5 minutes. Amakochi made a substitution and brought himself on. And Joe Royle was standing there going, "What is he doing?"
Amakochi was in the ground.
I'm getting in the ground.
If I pick you.
You will.
And that's what I'm saying. When you're running off your mouth, week after week, to who you're a little dead team.
Oh,
look. You didn't think about
now
these
he's
things,
trying to
did you?
talk yard, yeah? You're a little dead team,
You're a
man.
little dead team, right?
Move yourself,
You
man.
didn't think that something like this might come up.
I knew it was coming.
So I'm still thinking about
No,
it.
it's fine. Listen, what did I tell you? It's not
I'll let you know.
AFTV. It's not AFTV. It's not DTFC. That's put to the back burner. We put our differences aside. We build that bridge. We meet in the middle. We have a little bit of fun. We raise loads of money for a worthwhile charity. We shake each other as a hand at the end. I say, cheers for that, boss. Now piss off and get back to your dead
As the
team.
manager, I've got quite a lot of players under consideration. So I'll let
I've
you
been
know.
watching your training videos, by the way.
I will let you know.
I've been watching your training videos, your boot camp.
Boot camp.
Yeah.
Putting the players through the paces,
You
man.
need
We're
it.
coming back fit.
You need it.
If anybody ain't seen that, make sure you check it out. The boot camp video.
My player's already
of,
fit.
Of AFTV FC.
It is
Make
quite
sure you
good.
check
It is fun.
Right?
It is fun. It is all right. United Stand have had their trials.
Is it?
Ready for the new season. And while I'm here, let me plug this because I'm going to be releasing information from my trials. I don't know whether I should announce what date it's on because I know that Robbie's going to turn up like that Leeds guy in the background. Like this. I'm going to see Robbie with a pair of binoculars on like, let me look for DTFC. What are they up to today? You know exactly what he's up to.
Well, I hope they're good because that's where you might be playing.
You know what?
Because you ain't going to be.
I'm
I'm
looking
not
forward
too
to
sure.
it.
I'm
looking
not too
forward
sure about this Leicester thing. As I said,
Oh, shut up.
quite a
Robbie.
few players under
Just
consideration.
shut up, all right?
I'll let you know.
Call it
Anyway.
a repayment for the new kitchen.
By the way, did you see? Just before I go there, right? Troops, this is the forfeit.
No, what's
Are you
happened?
watching it?
No,
after
I
the-
know you tweeted something saying, you put the picture of the fish up, didn't you? Oh no, you're not gonna make him eat fish.
Sushi. Make sure you watch that, man. It's hilarious.
Oh no.
It's
Have you done it?
hilarious. We done it, man. We done it. The video's out now. If you haven't seen it, Troops, you know he hates fish.
Wow.
He lost the forfeit, and I introduced him to sushi.
Yeah, I gotta watch this video, man.
So make sure you check it out. Listen, thanks very
Thank
much,
you, man.
DT in the building. Don't forget, check out that video. You can check out that video in the end card as well.
Links for the awards.
Links for the awards. I'm blown away. 100 and how many did you say? Podcasts? 119 podcasts. Man. I didn't even realise we've been doing it 2 years. That's how it's just flown past.
Yeah.
When we first started doing it.
We looked like we was in prison.
Yeah, we've got it going. And you know what? And I'll tell you what, right? We've got plans for big improvements on it as well. So, but thanks to everybody who's been supporting it consistently over this period of time. Brilliant numbers week in, week out. We thank you very much for that. And we will be back next week with another podcast. And yes, iTunes, you can download it, iTunes and all
119
that.
episodes.
119, I've
and
still
still
forgotten
don't
that.
remember.
And please, Arsenal, please, let's sort this away form out.
Please.
If we win our next 2 away games, I'm saying it now, we're getting into the top 4. It's huge. Everton away. As far as these away games coming up are concerned and giving us a morale boost, going to Everton and getting a big win will be a huge step. A huge, huge step. So let's do it, lads.